Hello there. It's time for your kind of astrology oracle reading. Followed up with the selfies afterwards. Okay, I fill up. All right. So this would be my left, your right. We've got Leo, new moon, and ascendant. I love this just because my ascendant is a Leo, so I'm a Leo rising, but nonetheless, somebody is rising up through the ranks. Someone has a new beginning, right? Like somebody, you're not being seen the same way you used to be seen. So you've always had these leadership qualities. You're quite the performer, right? Like you perform well under pressure. It's like you have enough social wherewithal to be able to move through a room, right? So you're someone who can own the room, right? But it's your personal presence. So to know in Leo is to know that they have this way of creating a personal presence that's really inviting and warm, right? When we're talking about this new moon, we're talking about achieving something new on the path, right? So something that's a little unfamiliar, but then it's the ascendant, right? So it's like this elevation piece, right? Learning like what's next, right? So as you continue to move, it's like when you're walking up those stairs. So you're moving to that next level, right? And you're gonna be able to perform this new level very well because you're actually coming into your natural self, right? Leos are also like have you ever seen a Leo's mane? Like they're just natural manes. It's like, so attention worthy. Okay, here's what's beautiful about this. At the center of this reading, we have Psyche. I'm actually gonna read the book for the Psyche at the end, right? Just to give you the full gist of all this. But we're talking about somebody who is learning to trust, being led by spirit, learning to trust their intuition, but also understanding that like the things that were of conflict for you in the past mentally are no longer a conflict for you today, right? Like as a new moon, like do the reflection. Who you were a year ago, maybe even 6 months ago, you're not even playing in that energy anymore, right? Like the level up is real, but the extra level of instincts required, like you're getting there, right? Like you're definitely tapping in, tuning in, and turning yourself on to like what needs to happen, okay? It's that Leo performance, right? Always be on, right? Okay, then we've got Venus. So we're talking about love, passion. So what's nice about Venus, it also rules Taurus as well as Libra. So we started talking about Leo, navigating a room, social relationships, right? And so, you're someone who, you are loved by the people, right? You are the people's choice. Whether you know it or not, you are definitely the people's choice. Then we've got Taurus. Ooh, what I like about this, different than being ruled by Venus, is that when you've got Taurus, you're talking about finance, being methodical, right? Methodology. I'm hearing methodology. Are you in school like me and you're like, what the fuck am I doing, right? That's a whole new level of life, a whole new area to perform in, right? So we're talking about finances. What else is affiliated with this? Values, okay? So we're talking about your values and your finances. So if you're doing work that's not quite in alignment with your values, you'll see that financially that's not cutting it for you. But if you're doing the things that you love with that Venus there, and you're doing it in a methodical way, the money will come to you, right? Slow and steady wins the race. I think you've come to this conclusion. Then we've got the 6th house, which is Virgo, right? So Virgo is affiliated with reproductive health. Virgo is also of reproductive health because of the symbol is the Virgin, right? But also when you think about Virgos, you're thinking about like analysis, right? So when I mentioned being methodical, right? So even though you are the people's choice, right? This is why people choose you. People choose you because they know that you're methodical. They know you don't make rash decisions. It's not an emotional blow up type of thing, that you will review the details carefully. And once you review those details carefully, you'll consult spirit about, where to move next. And then, you know, that's what gives you that ability to perform your role very well, right, in this new position, in a way that allows you to continue to climb that ladder of success. So, as I stated earlier, I'm going to read Psyche. So let me grab that for you. Psyche. Why would Psyche be back there? It would be back here. So it's considered an asteroid. And they're fairly new in the study of astrology, but so Psyche is the goddess, right? Okay, so Psyche, it points to other people's expectations of us. Didn't I tell you? Who we are and how we should behave is suddenly a topic of conversation. The empathic side of you might be internalizing this, but like the ad says, other people's opinion of you is none of your business. Your intuition is very heightened right now. It's as though you can feel the emotions of everyone around you. You have the gift of sensitivity. This allows you to turn even the worst feelings into beauty and positivity. Lead by example and show that kindness goes further than spite. Your keywords: passion, empathy, sensitivity, psychic awareness, beauty, and kindness. Yo, you can't make this stuff up. Oh, I got an email. Let me address this right now. I got an email asking why I don't do pick-a cards. I don't do pick-a cards because I have been intuitive my whole life, and I don't believe in giving you false hope. Like if I give you 5 selections and you listen to all 5, you could resonate with all 5. But what that tells me, as somebody who dabbles in the arts of mental health, is that you need to be poured into, that you are still trying to discover what resonates for you and how you really show up. So I don't do those. One, I'm not hurting for your likes and your subscribes, right? That's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because many of us are gifted in different ways, right? But that's a conversation that needs to be explored. But there are plenty of people who do pick-a card readings, and I know that you would love for me to do them. I just don't, okay? I don't even read the minor arcana. I only read the major arcana, and I mostly dabble with oracle decks because I'm a real life medium. I don't necessarily want to play with lower energies because there's a lot that comes with lower energies. If you'll notice, those who have made their progression from pick a card to collective readings, they tap right into lower energies, right? That is not my calling, you know, and I want to respectfully decline, you know, that like, that's just not what I do. Okay. And if you are interested, then you have to take where you're going to resonate with me, because what I'm going to pick up on is probably something you need to hear. I'm going to probably edit that out, and I don't even like to edit videos. Okay. So moving forward, here's your selfies afterward pool. And yes, there are selfies and then there are afterwards. So that was your oracle reading with the astrology pieces. Also, I am affiliated with the Organization of Professional Astrologers. So I've been studying astrology since I was like 9. It's like a real thing for me. You know, we all grow up differently, right? Culture is something to be experienced, but to be understood, it must be discussed, right? All right, here's your first selfies. The body keeps score, the hurt catches up with you. Okay, so whoever you are, wherever you are, may be part of this new challenge that you are fighting. Remember we talked about Leo, the performer. So, you know, don't exhaust yourself with this new beginning, okay? I can relate to being overworked and overwhelmed and just letting my body tell me to sit my ass down and heal. So we're talking to somebody who may physically be feeling the pain of their healing right now. You're not dying. Please go see a medical professional who's a physician. You know, I'm a medical professional in the mental health space, okay? I'm not a medical professional in all things where you would need, you know, an internist or someone who can run the appropriate test to make sure you don't have anything torn inside of you. And even that brings back memories of just recovering from bad back sprains and a terrible hamstring tear. So the body keeps score, okay? So if these things aren't showing up on you in that way, where you're healing muscles and things of that nature, then they're showing up with, I'm hearing drinking. Okay, so you're the person who gets slowed down by drinking, okay? quit when you're ready, but recognize where it's affecting you physically, okay? So if you're not being able to step up to the plate and do the things that you used to do, then it's time for you to make that decision and then hit that new area of requirements. All right, what's next? Tighten up. Your screws are not loose, okay? And we got that one with the psyche, okay? So if this says tighten up, your screws are not loose, it means trust your damn intuition. You ain't crazy. If you got to ask somebody that question 4 or 5 times, it's because you know that they don't know, and they don't know that you realize who they are. You ain't crazy by being able to see straight through people, okay? You don't need to tell them you see straight through them. You just need to drop hints about what you're looking for. And if they can't tell you what to do, then they can't tell you what to do. Okay? That makes sense? They need to be able to tell you what to do. So you're asking specific questions based on your intuition, right? Your instincts are kicking in saying something isn't adding up. And when you ask this person for information and they can't tell you what to do, they can't tell you what to do. Okay? You're the leader. You're the leader over there, okay? So you got to trust that the body keeps score. Remember, you're the leader over there. This is new for you. You're probably more in charge of the next steps and directions than you realize, okay? All right, over here. So, oh yeah. Look, I can't make this shit up if I wanted to. Do you know what best suits you? Maybe you've outgrown your ill-fitted approach. Okay, remember I talked about over here, this part of your oracle reading with the astrology pieces was Venus, passions, Libra, social relationships. You're the people's favorite. Taurus, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Methodical, aesthetics. Okay, so you're probably really attractive as well, right? And that attraction probably creates some challenges in your social relationships. I mean, some of you, it's a weird thing to have to accept sometimes, but it's true. You can be treated differently because of how attractive you are, right? There's a beauty to psychology. There's a podcast about the beauty to psychology. Look into it. Okay. Getting back to the point here, right? And then we talked about Taurus finances, right? Like, is it helping feed your finance? Because sometimes we do things that we love, but they don't. Nobody wants to be homeless. General statement here. Maybe there are people who do want to be homeless. I am just considering that, like, most people work hard to put a roof over their head and feed themselves for, you know, the very, very real reality that they don't want to figure out how to sleep on the streets and how to, like, maneuver from point A to point B. Like, you know, they're just not built for that life. And then we've got the 6th house, which was Virgo, right? Reproduction, right? So are you, and we talked about this, right? Like clearing that up, cleaning that up. Are you in a space and place where the things that you're doing are giving you the return on your investment of time? Are they giving you the financial, monetary value that you're worth? Are they still feeding your happiness and your joy? Okay, so whoever you are, wherever you are, that is your Arcana Astrology Oracle reading and your Selfies Afterwards pull. Remember, not every therapist is a healer, not every healer is a clinician, and not every clinician will minister to your soul. You can book your session at tactfuldisruption.co.